As a woman, I refuse to take on the mantle of a perpetual victim. I am a strong, independent woman with strengths and weaknesses. I refuse to accept the current feminist narrative of everything is shit because of men. I celebrate my accomplishments, and I take my mistakes as opportunities to learn, not a chance to blame men. I fully understand and accept the biological facts which state men are stronger than women, and women, as a whole, are more compassionate than men. As women, we are the yin to the male yang. We are what balances status quo, and when we as women choose to enter a relationship with men, we are there to temper their rough edges with compassion and understanding. We are there to tell men it's okay to show their vulnerable side, and we are there to support them when they fall. Men are there to provide the strength we need when we feel the world is falling apart around us. We balance one another. Together, we are whole. Masculinity is only toxic when it is abusive. Truly abusive. Not a snide remark here or picking on another there, but truly abusive and isolating you, the woman, from the people you love and the friendships we cherish, and being heavy-handed whenever he has had a bad day. Competition is normal among many men, and we need to respect, when we choose to enter their world and take part in their interests, the competitive aspect of their being. If we can't take it, we must not endeavor to dish it out. Shit-talking is a part of competition, and it will always be thus. I refuse to even attempt to change that. It is improbable to do so. Men need an outlet, and competition is that outlet. If you, as a woman, feel you can compete, then know when you compete with them, no bar will be lowered, no shit-talking will be spared because you're a woman. Learn to either return it in kind or step out of the arena and go somewhere else. Now, some of you probably heard the above and understood. That's just the way it is. Get over it. Grow a thick skin. Yes. And no. Yes, in the thought that you can't change how competitive natures function. Many of the highly competitive natures are due to an A-type personality. A-type personalities are assertive, aggressive in many aspects, and initiative takers. They are the ones who thrive in a competitive environment, from games to corporations climbing a corporate ladder. This does not mean that A-type personalities are toxic. As a matter of fact, striving for greatness and wanting to achieve great things is not toxic. Without finding ways to improve oneself, we stagnate, wither, roam aimlessly. No, in that there is more to what I said than some of you may have understood. We need to grow in adversity, not wither, not whimper, not whine for help and run for spaces. We need to fire back. Instead of trying to change the nature of competition and the A-type personality, we have to embrace enough of it to be able to fire back and be competitive ourselves as women. We need to walk away from the victimhood mentality of the latest feminist movement and call them out constantly for the fallacies, bucking of biology and the blaming of males until the men walk away from any and all women, which they are already doing. After all, why walk into a no-win situation when the only thing you are going to get out of it is how evil you are and how you are responsible for all the suffering in the world? Feminists, you need to stop expanding definitions of established words to fit your narrative in order to aid you in your victimhood. You need to make a decision and stick to it. Do you want to be a victim for the rest of your existence, or do you want to be a strong, independent, and capable woman? You can't have it both ways. And those women like me who are intelligent, strong, and capable find your constant whining insufferable, intolerable, and infuriating. We do not need you to speak for us. We can speak for ourselves, and we are not victims, nor will we ever elect to be. Stop blaming men for your failings. Put on your big girl panties and admit that you screwed up. If you have sex with a man and wake up the next morning regretting it, it's not rape. It's a mistake. That's it. If you can't control your alcohol consumption to the point where your judgment is cloudy, maybe you should not need to be drinking and getting drunk. That's not victim blaming. That's two things. Number one, common fucking sense, and number two, knowing your limits. If you know your inhibitions disappear when you are so drunk you can't speak clearly, don't get that drunk. Period. That is what leads to regret sex. Not rape. Regret sex. They are two different things. When you call everything rape, you are belittling those of us who actually were raped and pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps and moved on. I refuse to accept your perceived reality. I refuse to step backwards and reclaim a victimhood I fought like hell to leave behind. I refuse to call compliments, shit-talking, and catcalls harassment. I refuse to persecute men for all the ills of the world. I refuse to be a feminist if I have to whine, bitch, piss, and moan for every little insignificant piece of tripe you call microaggressions. I refuse to cower, run to safe spaces, and demand equality while expecting the system to make things easier for me, because I am a woman. I refuse to let anyone lower the bar for me, and I refuse to acquiesce to your ideology.